Hello and welcome to Eye on the Money, the television show that gives you insights into how to improve your financial well-being as well as make your money work for you. I'm Ingrid Nantege. Now on today's show, we discuss how to have a good relationship with money. Healthy relationships don't just happen, they're built and maintained. This is true not only for your relationships with people, but with money too. To start, take some time to notice how and when you spend your money. What are your patterns? What motivates you to buy things? Do you shop impulsively? What are your triggers? You might want to start a spending diary to track your habits for a month to get a better idea. Having a better understanding of how and why you spend your money is a good first step to making changes. Now, joining me in studio to discuss how to have a good relationship with money is personal finance coach Chacha Nyaigoti Bichaga, who will talk to us, and who's also the he's also the author of the book Mastering Your Money. You're welcome to the show, Chacha.
Thank you, Ingrid. Thank you for welcoming me to this great show. Absolutely.
Now, we're here to talk about a rather different topic, yes. Having a relationship with money.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times we're told about having good money habits, having, good personal financial habits, understanding the fundamentals of personal finance. But when it comes to having a good relationship, it's something a lot of people don't actually think about. So you could just start us off by explaining to us why it's even important to have a good relationship with money and how it feeds into having good personal finance habits.
Thank you, Ingrid. The question of having a relation with money, first I will want to say, what does it mean to have a relation with money?
Right.
As you have rightly put it, that we normally assume that money is something that we use on a day-to-day basis, and therefore we have a relationship with it, whether we know it or whether we don't know it. So basically, having a relation with money is actually having a mutual understanding how we deal with the money, how we use it, how even we think about it, how we use, how we deal with it. That means forming a relationship with money. Why is it important to have a relationship with money? Just like, we have a relationship with our Maker, with our Almighty God.
Right.
If you are a believer, we have a relationship with our significant others, like our spouses, our children, our parents, our brothers and sisters. Two, we have a relationship with money, which many of us actually ignore because maybe partly the society has not taught us why it is important to relate with money. When you have a relationship with the money here, it means, one, you have an introspection, a self-assessment, whereby you know what you think about money on a day-to-day basis, whether you are complaining, oh, I have a lot of bills to pay, I have not paid my rent, my landlord is here complaining, asking for me to pay the rent, I have maybe water bills to pay, electricity, school fees, there is transport to my place of work, there is the food items in the house and whatnot. So what we think about money, in fact, help us to form a relationship.
Right.
And for your information, before we look at why it is important to have a relationship with money, we need to know that money relationships are not formed at once.
Okay.
It's a gradual process. Right from the moment of our birth, the time we were born and grew up within the society. Our first experience with the money were with our parents, with our brothers and sisters,
right,
and others whom we were living with. And remember, do you remember what you used to hear when you were young?
In terms of money?
Yes, in terms of money?
Well, yeah, different things. Oh, Ingrid, be careful with that money. If you lose it, you have to pay it back. Ingrid,
yes,
you need to save.
Yes.
Or you need to earn money before you can ask for money to
yes,
spend.
Yes.
Just different.
For example, if you are sent to something to buy from the shop, is actually a kilo of sugar or something, and they lose change, maybe you squandered it.
Right.
I think you were beaten.
Absolutely.
Personally, I was beaten. Told that money
I.
does not grow on trees. Money is scarce. Do you know how difficult it is to get money? Those are the childhood experiences that forms the beliefs we have about money, which influence the way we think that money is scarce.
Right.
Then it forms what you call a scarcity mindset. Because we were told money is scarce, it doesn't grow on trees, money is evil. Of course, now we develop an opinion that money is not something that is good.
Right.
But whether we like it or not, we relate with it on a day-to-day basis.
Yes.
Like coming to a place of work. When you woke up in the morning, you had to get money in the pocket, in your purse, to be at your place of work. You are spending, you have to eat lunch. So in other words, the relationship we have with money is a product of our childhood experiences, which formed our beliefs okay? What the attitude and opinions we have about money, and which forms our thoughts, what we think about money, and the way we relate, the way we actually behave when we have money. So in short, we either have a healthy relation with money or an unhealthy one.
Right.
Healthy relation is good because you know how much money you have, you track your expenses, you are able to budget, you are able to save, you are able to invest. So you do what you call financial planning.
Right.
That is healthy, which means you respect your money and the money respects you. But an unhealthy relationship is actually a bad one, and this is where majority of us actually fall, whereby we don't know where our money, every shilling, where it goes. As you woke up in the morning, by the end of the day, we don't know how much. If you began with 1,000 shillings, where did it go?
Right.
Of course, we believe we are good-minded people, we are God-fearing. We don't spend our money recklessly, but can you account for it? If you can't account for your money, you don't have a budget, you don't have a spending plan, then you have an unhealthy relationship with money, whether you like it or not. So why then is it important now to have a good relationship with money?
Thank you. And actually, I need to now stop you right there, because based off of what you've just said right now,
yes,
a lot of us, even I'm sure our audience at home, would argue and say, my goodness,
yes,
I actually have such an unhealthy relationship with money.
Yes.
Because some of them would say money eludes me. I never have enough at the end of the month. Like you've said, some of them leave home with different intentions, and then you end up squandering money in other aspects.
Yes.
And also you mentioned something very vital where you said your background, how you were raised, you know, perceiving money feeds into your relationship with money.
Yes.
Give or take, I'm that person who wasn't fortunate enough to be taught the principles of good handling of money or have to have a good relationship. Is there a way in which later in life I can fix this, and how? How do you later on, if it's not something you had at inception, fix your relationship with money?
Yeah, by actually having an introspection, a self-assessment, an inward assessment, that is a meeting with money. Me, I, and myself, meeting with money.
Right.
So that is when you realize, now you have to realize what is the basis, the genesis of the problem you have with money. So you don't stop there and blame your parents, blame your upbringing. Maybe it was humble, it was poor. That is not your mistake, and you don't need to blame. Stop there. After you are aware, you understand, and start now basically and intentionally working towards changing the way you relate with money. And the changing here will not happen just overnight. You will not do it yourself, because here you need a different program. You need a different software. You need a different way of thinking, a mindset.
Right.
This one you become intentional and purposive. You have to invest in yourself, invest in your mind, learning. How do you learn new habits? For example, you have to be intentional. Look for a personal financial coach. Read good books on personal finance. Also attend programs, watch even YouTube, including YouTube, actually videos or clips on personal finance, and read widely and get the right person. Surround yourself with the right people who will help you now to unlearn the old habits, to deal with the scarcity mindset that money is evil. Yes, of course, money is evil, but what about the lack of money? Is it good anyway to stay or live without money?
Absolutely not.
It is not. Okay, so either way, you need to learn that the money has its place in life. It is not everything, yes, but there are some things that it does that matter really in life. So to fix the problem, you have to be intentional. And here I'm advising anybody, any person who wants to master his or her money and attain financial freedom, to be intentional on acquiring personal financial education.
Now, in line with that, and even as you talk about finding where the problem is, you've touched a bit on this, but just for the purpose of clarity.
Yes.
When people deal with money, there's a lot of excuses. Like you've said, there's just that mantra that goes around, money is scarce, I barely have enough to survive. Now he's talking to me about having a good relationship. He's talking to me about not being wasteful. So with all those in mind, and bearing again in mind the fact that people are in denial a lot when it comes to money, what are some of the ways someone can evaluate themselves? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, what are some of the telltale signs that, okay, now for sure I have a bad relationship with money? Yeah.
There are various ways in which you can evaluate yourself in a bid to improve the way you relate with money. One, first understand the place of money. You have to know, put money in this rightful place. Money actually it is a faithful servant, but a bad master.
Right.
How is it a faithful servant? It is a servant when it works for you. For example, when you have money, you can pay the bills, meet the recurrent expenditures, the consumption cost. You can pay school fees, pay medical expenses, and do everything that is good. You can even use it to save. You can invest in assets that earn you passive income. But as a bad master, money here controls you instead of controlling it. Do you know money is an unliving thing?
Yes.
But we blame it for most of the wrongs, most of the evils in society.
Yes.
We say that money is scarce, money is evil. Yes, money as an unliving thing, it's actually neither good or bad. It is only our thinking, our perception that ascribes value to it. So as a bad master, money controls you. Maybe it's because of our intention. That is what we think now. Maybe let me go and steal. That money now, because you lack money, you think of stealing or of bribing, indulging in corruption.
Right.
Or even killing, going to the extreme levels of doing inhuman acts. So as a bad master, it controls you instead of you controlling it. By the way, in this case, English, what you should know is that if you don't respect money, in return, money will not respect you. We have a mutual relationship with, just as we have mutual relation with our significant others, with our friends, with our relatives, with our colleagues, with our parents, even with our maker, with our God.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same relationship.
So, yeah, that is the first, actually understanding the place, the place of money, where it put it in its rightful place.
Right.
We are not saying that you worship money. No. Actually, know money, what it can do, the good things it can do for you. It can buy you the good things you need in life, buy you a good home, a good car, and it can pay you, go for holidays and everything. Number two now, way of now fixing the problem. Here, you need also to understand your value as an individual and your purpose in life. So if you don't understand what you are meant or created for, and you pursue your purpose here on earth, you will end up chasing money.
Right.
And when you chase money, it becomes so elusive. And we say that money is, in fact, is an elusive maiden.
Yes.
You can actually struggle to get it. It becomes evasive. It slides away and slips out of your hand. That is because you are not doing what you love to do. For example, you are a journalist, you are a news anchor.
Right.
Okay? I believe you love the job that you are doing here.
Yes.
Wonderful job.
Yes.
And when you are doing this job, I believe you are not doing it for money because of the pay you are given.
It's a bit of passion.
It is passion. Because passion here goes beyond what you are paid. That is where you do more than what you are paid for. Okay? When you do that and actually people appreciate you, the world will celebrate you. And in fact, money or success will follow you. Okay? So when you understand your value and go for the things that you are definitely meant to pursue, then you will find that you're not chasing money. Money, it's money that will chase you.
Money will
you
find you.
attract money. Number three.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Before we go to number three, we're taking a quick break and picking it up at number three.
Thank you so much.
My director is shouting in my ear. We'll have to take a very quick break right now, but when we come back, we're going to continue on this conversation with Chacha, who's a financial coach and author of Mastering Your Money, who's just explaining to us how to have a good relationship with money. We'll be right back.